やっぱ漏水の美女つまんねえよな。それじゃ視聴者も納得しねえよな。
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the psychotic characters across the anime scene. Number 20, Schwarzwald, the Big O.
For the time being, you can call me Schwarzwald.
Black Forest?
Report this to your masters. You can tell them that they will never see their darling reporter in the city again.
What's scarier than an obsessive maniac who looks like something out your nightmares? One that also has a giant robot under his command, that's what.
And for my trouble, this is what's become of me. It's a shame now, isn't it, that you didn't end up the same way.
Originally nothing more than an average journalist, the constant censorship of his work by the Paradigm Corporation and his hunger for the truth caused him to go off the deep end. His speeches, distorted appearance, and again, the fact he has a giant freaking robot like Big Duo under his control makes Schwarzwald someone you don't want to mess with. Number 19, Kyoko. Is this a zombie? Oh sure, she may seem sweet and gentle on the outside, but drop your guard and the next thing you know, you'll find yourself getting cut to pieces.
でもどうでもいっか。だって相川さんはここで死ぬわけだし。
While originally believed to be a traumatized victim, it's later revealed that Kyoko is actually a serial killer herself, something she takes great pleasure in.
まるで私にその魔力を奪えって言ってるようなものじゃないですか。
With sadistic love of murder combined with her powers as a maso shoujo, not only is she likely to scare the crap out of you when her true personality rises to the surface, but you'll also have to worry about whether she's going to impale or use magic to incinerate you.
これであなたの言葉は届きません。
Number 18, Seryu Ubiquitous, Akame ga Kill.
やっと巡り会えたな、ナイトレイド。帝都警備隊セリューユビキタス。絶対正義の名のもとに悪をここで断罪する。
She's armed to the teeth, twisted to the core, and one of the vilest characters you're ever going to come across should you decide to pay the Empire a visit. As a member of the Jaegers, Seryu puts up a kind of front, all the while preaching about how justice must prevail against evil, when in reality, she's motivated by her bloodlust alone, to the point where she'll abandon all principles and even undermine her team to get what she wants. She's also the one responsible for the death of Night Raid member Shile, something we still haven't forgiven her for. Number 17, Minatsuki Takumi, Dead Man Wonderland. Despite the fact she was held within the confines of Dead Man Wonderland, surely a girl with such an innocent expression couldn't be a murderer.
ごめんなさい。
Even though we knew she was a dead man who probably had some kind of supernatural ability made for killing, how could a girl who loved flowers also be a psychopath? Well, she is.
死ねよ豚。くたばって切り刻まれてホルマリンの中でマスでも書いてな。
With her shy persona acting as a masquerade, when it came time to kill or be killed in the Carnival Corpse, this little lady held nothing back, including the fact that killing wasn't just enjoyable, but downright arousing.
絶望しながら死に腐りやがれ。
Number 16, Ryunosuke Uryu, Fate Zero.
だからね、坊や。もし悪魔さんがお出まししたら、一つ殺されてみてくれない？
What kind of madman would it take to summon the likes of an unholy fiend like Castor as their servant? Your answer would be this young serial killer who loves nothing more than finding new ways to kill and torture his victims.
もう退屈なんてさよならだ。
As such, these two are a hellishly perfect duo who use the Fourth Holy Grail War as an excuse to maim and kill everyone they come across with the ultimate desire to turn the whole world into one big massacre. Luckily, Ryunosuke's plans come undone with a well-timed bullet to the face, but his gruesome legacy won't soon be forgotten.
最 最高だ。超クールだよあんた。
Number 15, Kosuke Kira, Batum.
可愛い顔してとんでもねえサイコ野郎ですよ。
In his early teens, he killed 3 women and did horrible things to their remains. That's pretty much all you need to know. Due to the horrific abuse he suffered at the hands of his father, when he finds himself taking part in the real-life version of a violent online video game, this murderous little jerk takes every opportunity to let his inner freak loose.
見てよ夏目さん、僕言われた通り自分の意志をぶつけたよ。初めて父さんに抵抗できたよ。
Having no trouble when it comes to manipulating others due to his unassuming appearance, Kosuke may well be a victim to some degree due to such an awful upbringing, but there's no denying how much he enjoys the cruelty he inflicts on others.
強い者が仕切る原始からのルールだよ。君らも僕に従わないとこんなんになっちゃうよ。
Number 14, Grell Sutcliffe, Black Butler. We know Grim Reapers are all about taking souls, but this is a little excessive.
Let me introduce myself, the Burnett Butler Grell Sutcliffe. What do you say? Let's get along.
Initially assumed to be a cowardly butler in service to CL Phantom Hive's aunt, Madame Red, it was revealed that Grell's talents lay not in serving tea, but in harvesting lives. Under the guise of Jack the Ripper, Grell assisted Madame Red in her killing sprees, armed with an unconventional death scythe in the form of a chainsaw.
A lilting melody singed by sparks of pain.
Flamboyant but ever so deadly, her violent tendencies are only matched by the infatuation she has for Sebastian. We're not sure what is more unsettling.
Thus the music closes. The fierce, fiery finery of death.
Number 13, Akira Takaoka, Assassination Classroom.
できないじゃない。やるんだよ。
Drill instructors are meant to be hard as nails, but this guy takes it a step too far. With little regard for the students of Class E, he only desires to gain the fame that would have come from killing Koro-sensei with his methods, as well as make Nagisa's life miserable.
捕まえた。
From abusing the students to going as far as threatening to kill them all when his plans go awry, this former soldier is as despicable as they come. As you might imagine, seeing Nagisa humiliate him twice over was an absolute treat.
高岡先生、ありがとうございました。
Number 12, Mad Pierrot, Cowboy Bebop.
I journeyed here in order to take your lives.
With the temperament of a child, the skills of an assassin, and the nasty habit of slaying anyone who has even caught a glimpse of his face, the man known as Mad Pierrot has built up quite the reputation for himself. Due to suffering under severe and agonizing experiments, his psyche wasn't only shattered, but also granted him superior strength and endurance, something that our favorite bounty hunter finds out the hard way. He may not have managed to take out Spike, but he definitely came within a breath of doing so, only to find himself bested by that most classic of fears, cats. Number 11, Yoshikage Kira. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable.
心は醜いが、美しい手と顔をした女だ。この私のところに来れば、清い心で付き合えるよ。
All he wanted was to be left alone.
私は常に心の平穏を願って生きてる人間ということを説明しているのだよ。
While the Joestar family has had to face off against some impressive villains, not since Dio Brando has there come such a sociopathic yet equally captivating villain like this stand user. With a desire to live out a peaceful life, one that he is willing to kill for, Kira makes an enemy of practically every member of the Joestar bloodline. Ruthless yet charming, his suave demeanor may make him seem like the perfect gentleman at first, up until he busts out that killer queen of his.
Killer Queen! この指先はどんな物質だろうと爆弾に変えられる。君の場合、学生ボタンを爆弾にするか。
Number 10, Mao, Code Geass.
シーツ、やっぱり君じゃなくちゃ。待ってて、今会いに行くよ。
Honestly, C2, your choice in candidates for the Gias seems to be more miss than hit. Unable to control the power bestowed to him, Mao was slowly driven insane by his inability to stop hearing people's thoughts all throughout his childhood, and over the years had grown into an immature yet sadistic individual.
コンパクトにしてあげる。これならあっという間だよ。
He tried to use these abilities to manipulate and kill our protagonist, but up against the likes of Lelouch v Britannia, all that madness unfortunately counts for nothing. Number 9. Dr. Frankenstein, Soul Eater.
この世のすべてが研究材料。もちろん、俺自身もね。
The clue is kind of in the name. A lecturer and powerful meister in his own right, Stein serves as a mentor figure to Maka and the others, and while he's shown to deeply care for his students, his teaching methods do tend to drift towards the extreme side of things.
皮膚を全部紙やすりに変えてみようか。
However, there's also a darkness to him. After being driven over the edge by the witch Medusa, Stein does go through a spell of sheer insanity that's unsettling to behold.
今の俺のしたいことはただ一つ。解体することだ。
Number 8. Broly. Dragon Ball Z Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Of course, we're referring to the original incarnation of the legendary Super Saiyan before his origins were rewritten. By far one of the most imposing villains in the entire DBZ-verse, Broly lives for only one thing, killing Goku. No, sorry, we mean killing Kakarot. As an infant, Broly was subjected to Goku's non-stop crying and went slightly mad as a result. His anger caused him to transform into the legendary Super Saiyan, a being strong enough to knock both Goku and Vegeta down to size. As far as world-destroying rage machines go, Broly is definitely the craziest.
What's the problem, Kakarot? Have you given up?
Number 7. Hisoka, Hunter x Hunter.
僕はちゃんと相手を選ぶよ。どうでもいいやつに興味はない。今殺しちゃもったいない人だけ生かすわけ。
All types can apply to become hunters, just as long as they have the ability to overcome obstacles no regular mortal could. This includes psychotic magicians dressed as jesters who get aroused by strong opponents.
あの二人のせいで欲情してきちゃったよ。沈めなきゃ。
With a lethal set of tricks up his sleeves, Hisoka is obsessed with fighting and killing those he deems worthy, going as far as sparing Gon and Killua in the hope they would mature into powerful adversaries, even infiltrating the Phantom Troop just to have a shot at squaring off against their boss.
どうした？まだ僕は開始位置から動いてさえいないんだけどね。
本当に？
He's a skilled nen user whose bloodlust and creepy attraction to combat will make your skin crawl. Number 6. Mikami, Death Note.
正義は貫かなければならない。そのためには悪を削除するしかない。
Light Yagami sure knows how to pick 'em. In order to maintain his secrecy as Kira, Light hands possession of the Death Note to Mikami, a devoted follower more than capable of dispensing what he believes to be justice. Fiercely loyal to the man he believes to be God, not only does he eliminate those unfit to call themselves followers with some of the most awesome penmanship skills in all of anime, but is also something of a lunatic. When Light is finally exposed and reveals he's the furthest thing from God, Mikami is so distraught that he took his own life by impaling himself with his own pen.
Mikami, 何してる？かけ！こいつらを殺せ！
Number 5. Hidan, Naruto Shippuden.
殺人鬼？そりゃねえぜ。
The members of the Akatsuki are some of the most dangerous criminals in the shinobi world, but by far the most downright crazy of them all is this zealot. Aside from having one hell of an affinity for swearing, Hidan is essentially immortal due to his faith to the deity known as Jashin. Through bloody rituals, Hidan can literally lose his head and still keep on fighting. With his signature three-bladed sickle, arsenal of curse-type jutsu, this fanatic quite literally spits in the face of death on a daily basis. Number 4, Claire Stanfield, Bakano.
It's begun.
Nicknamed Vino due to the blood-soaked remains of his victims, Claire is a freelance assassin who happens to have a rather twisted philosophy.
Your sacrifice will surely awaken it. It's time for you to die.
He believes himself to be the one constant in the universe, that he can't be killed despite being just a mortal man. He has no qualms about butchering people, yet goes out of his way to protect innocence and insist mercy is a quality that only the strong possess. Considering his performance aboard the Flying Pussyfoot, we're kind of inclined to believe him.
I am the absolute center of this world, its creator. I have no idea what will happen to it if I die.
Number 3, Junko Enoshima, Danganronpa, the animation. Now we're getting into the real lunatics. Despite being revered as a fashion model and having everything she could ever want, boredom and psychosis led to Junko falling off the deep end and setting up the mutual killing game, trapping herself and fellow students in a school where grisly executions become commonplace. While also posing as the mascot Monokuma, she gets her kicks by spreading death and despair among her peers.
じゃあ始めるよ。最後にふさわしいスペシャルなお仕置き。では張り切っていきましょう。お仕置きタイム。
Number 2, Juzo Suzuya, Tokyo Ghoul.
僕ですね、昔から考えてたんです。双子って片方が死んだらもう片方はどうなるのかなって。
Unlike many of the other entries on our list, this is a character we just feel sorry for, and whose madness is a result of physical and mental agony.
間に合いますか?
After facing brutality by his adoptive ghoul mother, Juzo's grasp on right and wrong became incredibly warped.
ねえママ、今日の僕、良い子でした。
As such, he translates his frustrations into blind, ugly violence against any ghoul who comes his way. Sure, he's a total nutcase, but Juzo's budding friendship with his partner, Yukinori Shinohara, leads us to believe there's hope for this little fella. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Rena Ryuga, Higurashi When They Cry.
どうして嘘をつくのかな。
嘘なんか。
嘘だよ!
In a community where a sacrificial deity, curses, and multiple rewinding timelines run rampant, the scariest thing just might be this adorable would-be serial killer. Rendered unstable by the Hinamizawa syndrome coupled with her strong belief of the curse, Rena is known to have bouts of violent insanity which more often than not end with someone getting killed. What's most unsettling is how she can be sweet as can be in one timeline only for her to hack someone to pieces with a giant cleaver in the next. Which of these psychos do you find the most compelling? Let us know in those comments below.
だが私には勝ち負けは問題ではない。私は生き延びる。平和に生き延びてみせる。
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.